One day, James was feeling grumpy and annoyed. He was waiting for Thomas with his trucks. "That silly little blue engine thinks he's so important but is always late," he said angrily. After a little while, Thomas pulled up with all 4 of James's trucks. "About time, Thomas. What took you so long?" "I'm sorry, James. I'm getting ready to take the circus all around the island." James suddenly cheered up. "Oh, I love the circus. I can't wait." Later that week, the circus had arrived. Thomas was taking the circus on tour from village to village all around the island. At the end of the week, the circus tour had ended. Thomas left Knapford Station to take the circus away. The trains were still in a good mood though. The week with the circus had been so much fun for them. That afternoon, Henry was relaxing in the forest when Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "Henry, I need your help. A tunnel nearby is blocked by something. I need you to take a group of workmen to help unblock it. I shall come with you." Sir Topham Hatt got into Henry and they steamed off to pick up the workmen. The workmen were waiting inside a troublesome truck, with all of their tools in another troublesome truck. Soon, Henry arrived and pushed the 2 trucks towards the tunnel. "Oh dear," thought Henry. "This tunnel looks very dark and scary. It's a good job I don't have to go in there." "Okay, workmen," boomed Sir Topham Hatt. "I need you to go in there and find out what is blocking the tunnel." So the workmen cautiously entered the tunnel. However, they soon rushed out of there very quickly. "There's something big in there! Something very large and alive! It's a monster!" another workman shouted. Henry did not like the sound of that. A monster? "All right then," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Looks like Henry and I are going to have to go into the tunnel ourselves and push it out." "What?" exclaimed Henry. Now he was feeling very scared. As Sir Topham Hatt clambered into one of the troublesome trucks, Henry plucked up all of his courage and got ready to enter the dark tunnel. Slowly but surely, they chuffed into the darkness. But soon, something very strong started pushing them back. It was an elephant. "So that's what's blocking up the tunnel," said Sir Topham Hatt. The workman fed the elephant and looked after it. Henry felt really silly for being very scared of an elephant. Soon Thomas rolled up. "Sir Topham Hatt, I've got some bad news. The circus is missing an elephant. I'm so sorry." "Ha ha, Thomas," answered Sir Topham Hatt. "You mean this elephant?" "Oh phew, that's the one." That night, Henry told all of the other engines about what happened today. Gordon and James were teasing Henry about it. "So now you can add elephants to the long list of things which scare you." But Thomas was more friendly. "It must have taken a lot of courage for you to go into that tunnel if you thought it was a monster. You are a really brave engine, Henry." Freeze, Batman! Ow! Ouch! Come back here, Mr. Freeze. The next evening, some of the steam engines wanted to sleep at Tidmouth Sheds, but the turntable was broken. I'm sorry, engines, announced Sir Topham Hatt. Mr. Freeze appeared last night and broke the turntable. There's now only room for one engine to sleep here tonight. The rest of you will have to find somewhere else. Well, I'm not sleeping anywhere else, boomed Gordon. I'm too important. Gordon, none of us want to sleep anywhere else, but there's only room for one engine. What about Percy? Asked Thomas. He's delivering the mail until very late. He's going to need a place to stay. That's right, Thomas, James agreed. Let's all find somewhere else to sleep. It shouldn't be for too long anyway. We have our finest team working on fixing it.
Ta-da! Ouch. Ouch.
So the engines began their search. Soon they bumped into Victor. Hi, Victor, said James. We're looking for a place to sleep tonight. Is there any room at the steamworks? Oh yeah, there is, my friend. But there is only room for one engine. I'm not sleeping at the steamworks. It reminds me of when I need fixing. You are very fussy, Gordon. Be careful. You don't want to end up sleeping outside. Okay then, said James. I'll sleep at the steamworks. Thanks, Victor. And James reversed back to the steamworks. Thomas and Gordon continued their search, when they soon bumped into Flynn. Hello, Flynn. We're looking for a place to sleep tonight. Is there any room at the Search and Rescue Centre? Yes, and there's enough room for 2 engines too. But Gordon was not happy. I am not sleeping at the Search and Rescue Centre. What happens if there's an emergency? I will never sleep. Well, answered Flynn, I'm sure there's room at Whiff's waste dump if you don't want to stay with us. I am not staying at that smelly dump. I'll find somewhere soon. So Thomas and Flynn left for the centre. Then Gordon had an idea. The minions have surely fixed the turntable by now. I can sleep at the sheds. So he left for Tidmouth Sheds. But the minions had not finished, and there was still only one shed open. Oh well, looks like I'll have to sleep here tonight. And Gordon got comfy in the shed. Later that night, Percy arrived after delivering all of the mail, feeling very tired. Hi Gordon, do you mind moving over slightly so I can come in too? Don't be a silly engine, Percy. There isn't enough room for 2 engines in here. But I heard there's space at the Search and Rescue Centre. But Gordon, that's too far away. I'm really tired. Well, there's also room at Whiff's smelly waste dump. Ha ha ha. Percy sighed, but he was too tired to argue with Gordon, so he left for the waste dump. The next morning, the minions had fixed the turntable.
Yay! Yeah, wah, wah, ah, 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 ah.
And then immediately broke it again. You silly minions, cried Gordon. Now I can't get out. Soon, Percy and Sir Topham Hatt arrived. Gordon, shouted Sir Topham Hatt angrily. Why are you sleeping in Tidmouth Sheds? And why are you not pulling your express today? I'm stuck and I can't get out. Well, that serves you right, Gordon. Percy, how about you pull the express today? No, said Gordon. That's my express. No small train can pull that. And Gordon, as for you, when you finally get out of there, you can deliver Percy's mail tonight. Oh, the indignity! It was a nice sunny day on the Isle of Sodor, when suddenly... Ah! Ah! Ah, dragon! Ah! Dragon! Dragon! Ah, dragon! 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 Percy, there's no such thing as dragons. Calm down. Percy! Meanwhile, Marion was busy digging for dinosaur bones. She was having so much fun. This is what she was made to do. Suddenly, Sir Topham Hatt showed up. Ah, Marion, you are doing a great job.
Thanks, Sir Topham Hatt. Look, I've already dug up a whole dinosaur skeleton.
Well done, Marion. That will look great at the new dinosaur park. Keep going. Let's try and find some more. Dragon! Thomas, help! There's a dragon! Percy, there's no such thing as dragons. Yes, there is, Thomas. I saw one with my own eyes. It roared at me. It's coming to get me. Okay, Percy. Well, if you really think there is a dragon, why don't you call the search and rescue team? I'm sure they'll help you. What about you, Thomas? I would help you, but Sir Topham Hatt has given me a very important job today. I need to go and see Marion right away. Hi, Sir Topham Hatt. I'm here. Excellent, Thomas. Look at all these bones Marion has dug up. Marion blushed. We are now going to take them all to the new dinosaur park. Hook onto them, Thomas, and let's go.
Be careful with them, Thomas.
Belle, Flynn! Dragon! There's a dragon! A dragon? Answered Flynn. Well, that could be dangerous. Let's go and look for it. So Belle and Flynn started their search for the dragon. Soon, Thomas arrived at the dinosaur park. Thomas, welcome to the dinosaur park. All of these bones and skeletons we have bought will go on display here with all of these other models. Ah! That's not a model, that's a real dinosaur!
Oh gosh, was that too loud? I'm sorry, Sir Topham Hatt. I've got a bad cough. That's the second engine I've scared today.
Thomas, come back. She's not scary. She's Ramsay from The Good Dinosaur. And she's our main attraction. Oh, sorry, Ramsay, replied Thomas. Suddenly, Percy arrived. Ah, it's the dragon! Ah! And before anyone could correct Percy, Flynn and Belle showed up. Okay, Belle, said Flynn, let's soak it.
Uh-oh!
Everybody stop. Percy, this is not a dragon. This is Ramsay, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And she isn't scary. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. She is actually a really friendly dinosaur. Percy felt embarrassed. You silly engine, Percy. Donald and Douglas are two Scottish engines on the island of Sodor. They were in a deep conversation with Sir Topham Hatt. Percy saw Donald and Douglas and hid behind some trees so he could hear what they were talking about. Can I trust you two to deal with the monster? Yes, sir, they both replied, and Sir Topham Hatt left. Percy was scared. What was Sir Topham Hatt talking about when he said monster? Oh, there's a swamp monster. That's right. It looks just like the Loch Ness monster back in Scotland. Aye, and Sir Topham Hatt wants us to slay it. That's right, to slay it, because we are the bravest engines on Sodor. That sounds really scary, chuffed Percy. Aye, it's not scary for us. We are not scared of anything. That night in Tidmouth Sheds, Percy told Thomas and James what he had heard that day. And then Sir Topham Hatt wants Donald and Douglas to slay the swamp monster. That sounds really dangerous. I'm glad Sir Topham Hatt chose Donald and Douglas and not me. It sounds too scary. But what if Donald and Douglas don't get the monster? Maybe Sir Topham Hatt will ask one of us. Or maybe he might give us a dangerous job too. Now the three engines were very scared. Maybe we should all avoid Sir Topham Hatt tomorrow, so he doesn't give us any dangerous jobs, suggested Thomas. The other trains thought that was a really good idea. The next morning, Percy was steaming down the track when he noticed Sir Topham Hatt up ahead. Percy, stop! I have an important job to give you. But Percy was too scared and rushed past Sir Topham Hatt without stopping. Percy, stop! Stop! Percy soon arrived at the swamp. When he suddenly noticed Donald leaving. Thought Percy. Maybe Donald has gotten rid of the swamp monster. So Percy kept going, but soon stopped when he saw the swamp monster. Ah! It's the swamp monster! Help! Help! And Percy steamed out of the swamp as fast as he could. At Brendam Docks, James stopped when he saw Sir Topham Hatt. Ah, James, I have an important job for you. I need you to... But James didn't listen and chuffed right past Sir Topham Hatt without stopping. James! What has got into my trains today? Soon, James entered the swamp, but suddenly stopped when he saw Douglas leaving. Maybe Douglas has gotten rid of the swamp monster, James thought, and continued on. But suddenly, he noticed something in the water. Ah! It's the swamp monster! Help! Help! And James steamed out of the swamp as fast as he could. Later, Thomas entered the swamp too. When suddenly, he noticed a great big swamp monster staring at him. Ah! It's the swamp monster! Help! And he rushed off. But suddenly bumped into Sir Topham Hatt, Donald and Douglas. Monster! Monster! Cried Thomas. Ha 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 ha! Laughed Sir Topham Hatt. Thomas, that's not a real monster. It's a statue. Oh, so what were Donald and Douglas slaying? Donald and Douglas weren't slaying anything, Thomas. They helped set up the monster. We're sorry, Thomas. We were just trying to have some fun. Now, I need an engine to give guest tours of the swamp. And seeing as though Percy and James completely ignored me today, would you like to do it, Thomas? I would love to, but sir, it's not their fault for ignoring you. Donald and Douglas played a trick. They scared us. May I please share the job with Percy and James? Thomas, that is a marvellous idea. Thanks, sir. And for the rest of the month, Thomas, James and Percy took it in turns to give guests tours of the swamp and the swamp monster statue. Hey guys, Chris here, thanks for watching my video, hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like it and subscribe to Toy Train TV if you haven't already. Hope to see you soon, bye!